Good morning, everyone. So, our today's topic in legal aspect of business is about agreement. So, as in earlier lectures, we have studied that agreement is consist of offer and acceptance. So, offer and acceptance are the important or the foundation part of a contract. So, we need to understand what is offer and what is agreement, and what are the essentials and the ideas related to offer and acceptance. So first we start with the definition of offer, which has given in the section 2A of Indian Contract Act. So according to section 2A, when a person signifies to another his willingness to do or to abstain from doing something with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or absence, he is said to make a proposal. So that means offer could be uh, about doing something or not doing something. So it is not about always one person has to perform something out of contract. It could relate to that a person need not to perform certain kind of thing. It will also amount as offer. So in general term, if a person identifies that and communicate that to other person that he wants something in return, he want to give something, so it will become an offer or proposal. So we will be discussing now the types of offer. So what are the types of offer? There are 7 types of offer. First is express offer, second is implied offer, third is specific offer, fourth is general offer, cross offer, counter offer, and standing offer. So these are the types of offer. So we will take up one by one. So what is express offer? So express offer is the general offer, is the offer that it is from a very general kind of offer. So it is offer in which a person by words or by written words or by oral word uh, signifies some certain person to do or to abstain from doing something. So it will become a express offer. And second is implied offer, when the offer is given to another person neither in writing nor in oral, just it implies from any act of that person, it will amount as implied offer. Third is specific offer. So what is a specific offer? A specific offer is the offer which is made to a specific or a identified person. So a specific offer cannot be accepted by anyone except that specific person. Next kind of offer is general offer. So general offer is opposite to a specific offer. This is an offer made to public at large. So anyone who want to accept that offer can accept. Next kind of offer is cross offer. So what is cross offer? When two parties exchange identical offer to each other, so it will create a cross offer, and that is not a valid offer in terms of contract act. Next kind of offer is counter offer. So what is a counter offer? Counter offer, when so it is a kind of situation where negotiation happen. So when the offeree offers to a acceptor, uh, and the acceptor wants to modify or apply some condition to accept certain offer, it will amount as counter offer. So that means a kind of negotiation involved in such kind of offer. So it is also not a valid type of offer in case of Contract Act. And last one is a standing offer. It is also known as a continuing or open offer. So if an offer which is allowed to remain open over a certain period of time, it is known as standing or continuous offer. So for example, if you talk about sale for a particular brand in for a particular time period, so it is amount as standing offer. Now we will move on to essentials or legal rules for an offer or for an valid offer. So if we talk about rules, so first rule is offer must be capable of creating legal relationship. So offer must be such as in law that it should capable of being accepting and giving and it also give rise to legal relationship. Second essential is it must be certain, definite, and not vague. So the terms and conditions in an offer should be not indefinite. That means there should be definite terms and conditions, and it should not be a vague offer or about anything. You cannot offer anything to any person. So it should be certain, and also at the time of offer it should be defined, and it should not come out as a vague concept. Third is it must be communicated to offeree. So offer is meant to be communicated to the acceptor. So an offer to be complete, it must be communicated to the person to whom offer is made. Next, the essential is it must be made with a view to obtain assent of other party. So offer must be made with a view to obtain assent of other party means the party who you want to be that means who you want that it should be, he should be or she should be acceptor of that offer. So you have to made it with a view to obtain his assent. Next is it may be conditional. So offer generally contains certain kind of conditions with it, and it is okay to have conditions with the offer. Offer should not contain the terms that non-compliance of with which with amount to it is accepted. It means if a person did not accepting the offer for a certain period of time, and if he has not given his assent, that does not amount that the person is accepted the offer. So acceptance is necessary for an offer to be made. So there should not be any conditions such as uh, that condition should not say that if acceptance is not communicated by a certain time period, it would considered as accepted. However, you can have a condition or any term which can communicate that if you does not communicate your acceptance within certain time period, it is amount to be unacceptance. That is okay for an offer. Next essential is offer may be expressed or implied. So offer must be made either in words or by a conduct. Last essential is the offer should be distinguished from invitation to offer. So this is an important point. An offer should be definite and capable of converting into a legal relationship, whereas the invitation of offer is not uh, is not meant with the intention to create it is a legal foundation around it. So an offer the invitation to offer is different from an offer. So this is about the essentials of uh, valid offer. Now we move on to the legal rules relating acceptance or the definition of acceptance. So if we talk about definition of acceptance, so when a person made a proposal to another to whom proposal is made, if proposal is assented thereto, it is called acceptance. So that means the person to whom offer is made, if he also gives their assent on that offer, it is called valid acceptance. So there are certain rules given in Indian Contract Act for valid acceptance also. So we will see what are these rules. First rule is acceptance can be given only in person to whom offer is made. So in case of a specific offer, it is accepted only by the person to whom it is made. So because it is not a general offer, so it is not accepted by any other person to which offer is not made. Second is acceptance must be absolute or unqualified. So any condition attached to acceptance or conditional acceptance uh, which can amount the offer is counter offer is not a valid acceptance. So acceptance must be given in full. Third is acceptance must be communicated. So acceptance, likewise the offer cannot arise out of silence, so that the acceptance, so acceptance must be communicated between two parties, that means the acceptor and the offeree. So acceptance, if there is acceptance, it must be communicated to the offeree. Acceptance must be in prescribed mode. So if the offerer provides that if you want to accept the offer, you need to mail your acceptance, say for example within 30 days. And if you are not mailing to that person within 30 days, it is not accepted as valid acceptance. So the mode of, or if you are not providing your acceptance through mail, you communicated your acceptance in person, and if he is not agree with that acceptance, so it is not a valid acceptance. So it should be in the prescribed mode as it was given in the offer. Then this is also related to time. So acceptance must be in time. So that means if offer is made to accept, that acceptance should be within 30 days, so you have to accept it within 30 days. Last point is mere silence is not acceptance. So that means the acceptance should not arise out of silence. So the uh, acceptor must communicate. It is also a extension point of communication. So acceptance must be communicated. It does not implies from silence. So this is the rules regarding acceptance. So in this lecture, we have studied about offer and its type, and the legal rules for the valid offer, and the acceptance, and the valid rules for valid acceptance. So this is all for the day. Thank you.